So let the Carlos King reality circus continue with the latest episode of the next 15. Who you calling to be? So the episode starts off where it left off, where Karamo essentially told Tiffany that, you know what? I can't deal with you. I can't deal with this. This is messy. This is too much for me. And that's when Tiffany blows up. It's just like, I can't take it. I can't take it. And everyone's laughing at her, except for Benzino. Shout out to Benzino for reaching out to Tiffany. I know this is not professional. And in a regular world and regular fashion, this wouldn't be reality. And Tiffany would not have a job if she was blowing up on people like this. But Benzino, I would definitely be in the Benzino of this situation, where it's just like, look, we have a place for you. Look, I can help you. Benzino essentially says, you know what? Karamo's wrong for calling you a B, and here's how this is going to go. I'll work with you. I'll work with you on the, out on the streets. I'll produce you, because you said you didn't want to do the work. Fine, I'll do the work. You just show up, you mingle with the people, you take the pictures, you ask the questions, and I'll handle the rest. And so it's interesting because Jennifer was also like, you know what, I kind of want to go on the sane side with Benzino in New York, be out on the street, mingle with the people. And I'm like, all right, that could be a balance. Borderline ratchet and righteous, that works. I said borderline because I love me some Tiffany. So, aside from that, you have, and so that means Karamo and what's her face, Claudia, will be the ones that are doing the panel thing. And I'm like, wait a minute. Because I think even Laura was like, I want to go there with you. That's what I was like, all right, Claudia and Karamo, are you guys sure you just don't want to do a small little show? Because at this point, it's just like, how much of the show is going to be outside on the streets? How much is going to be about talking about the people in the audience and interaction? Yeah, look, we know this isn't going to work because they can't work together. So, anyway, you have Laura going and talking again with her friend slash fitness trainer, and she's just venting about how her life currently is. It's like, I'm starting over, but it's so hard because people have this preconceived notion of me and what I am and what I like and what I don't like. And it's very difficult to raise kids in an environment where people are so judgmental. It's just too much. It's just too much. And so she was just like, look, you have to keep your head up. You signed up for this. You don't deserve essentially what's coming towards you, but you had to expect it. Stay strong. Stay strong. Love you. No, I'm kidding. But, the next scene, Jennifer Williams. Jennifer meets up with Benzino, and Bobby Valentino was in the studio as well. And so I was like, okay, that's why Bobby was there, because it wasn't making sense before. And Benzino was trying to play matchmaker. It's like, oh, y'all two look good together sitting down. It's like, yeah, sitting down, we're perfect. This works out. It was like, oh, no, sorry. But anyway, afterwards, you have, this scene remind me of Kim Zolciak trying to sing Tardy for the Party, and the ring didn't mean a thing. Except for Jennifer was scared. Jennifer did not want to play herself. She figured, go in weak, go in monotone and weak instead of loud, because at least they cannot clown me. If I barely am, this was literally Jennifer. It's like, he was like, go high. If this was, this is Jennifer. And then it was like, go low. And this is Jennifer. Benzino's like, I don't have time to waste. I have a baby on the way. Jennifer, you're cool, but I can't do this. This will not work out. This will not work out because you can't sing. Actually, yeah, it will. You have the look, so we're just going to use a lot of auto-tune. We're going to do a lot of cutting and stitching. Don't worry, we got it. Yeah. So I think they're going to have someone just sing over the track and add Jennifer's vocals to it because. But Benzino's like optimistic. Optimistic. We'll get you a vocal coach. We'll definitely get you a vocal coach. Like now. Like yesterday. Yes. Yes. So Laura goes and invites New York. New York's thinking that she's going to get a pedicure. She pops up to this man's place. Is like, who the hell are you? Are you Armenian? Are you a sand person? New York. I'm gonna have to have a talk with Tiffany because she was doing way too much in this. She was doing too much. There's just certain things like, and I hate the fact that I don't know if she's coming from the stance of because she's black she can't be racist, but what she was saying, because the guy was like, I'm from here, I'm from America, and I was, oh, Tiffany, you know what? I love you so much because you're so entertaining and I see where the issues are. We get to the issues, but before all that, I just want to have a quick talk. What you said and how you... I'll make this simple. You don't have to vocalize everything that's on your mind. That's what you do at the moment. Prejudge. It's like, oh, who are you? Everyone's not out to get you. Everyone's not out to get you. Okay. Anyway, so Laura was just like, you know, you need to chill. This guy was good before. I hated the guy, but anger management is actually working for me. It's actually working. I do feel better. And so, like I said, Tiffany was doing way too much initially, being very offensive, everything that you could think of as far as being ignorant. And long story short, the guy's like, look, I'm going to kick you out unless you act right. If you don't get your act right, I'm going to get you out of here. So she calmed down. I think they might have cut and then took a moment because when you look right back after that next camera shot, Tiffany was sitting on the left side of Laura. Before, Tiffany was on the right side. So that's why it has me thinking, all right, they cut and they're like, this is getting too bad. We're going to have a talk with you. Calm down. This is really helpful for you. And so then the guy was like, look, are you happy? She was like, yes. And it was like, are you sure? Are you sure? And she was like, yes. In every area of your life. It's like, well, you know, with the exception of the fact that my relationship sucks. It doesn't work. So it was like at home, when you put your head on your pillow at night, the person next to you, what's the issue? Essentially, Tiffany wants it her way or the highway. She just wants a sex slave, and he just sits there and pleases her and does whatever she wants, and that's it. That's it. That's all she's looking for, or at least that's what she was saying. That's all she was looking for. And the guy was like, look, that's not realistic. A guy that's for you isn't going to be for that. So Tiffany got it. She was like, look, I want you to be the best version of yourself. And so best version meaning all areas of your life where you can say you're actually happy. So can you say that you won't go and put up a defense and just go ham on someone that you just met because you're in defensive mode? Can you promise me that? Can you try that out? She was like, all right, I hear you. I can do that. It was like, okay, well, will you do that? I was like, yeah. So shout out to him. I'm glad that he didn't back down, and I really think the producers had a talk with him. Was like, look, we're very sorry. And she did apologize. She was like, you know, I forgot what she said after she apologized. But she was like, yeah, I really wasn't trying to be derogatory. And I don't think she was saying it in a hateful, spiteful way. But I think she's kind of almost like Laura, where stuff just comes out of her mouth sometimes. Just like, really? Really? Come on now. So Karamo is meeting up with his stylist, and tell me why one of his stylists had what's his name? The Jadena look. Well, not the Jadena look, but like the Jadena hair, or I should say maybe the 60s or 70s black man in a suit hair, where it was permed, it was curled, and it was wavy. I was like, this is not Beyonce's Formation or Partition video. Stop it. Stop it. So Claudia meets up with her with, what the hell am I saying? Claudia meets up with Karamo, and has a talk. It's just like, you know, me and Jennifer, and Carmel's like, yeah, well, about Jennifer, there's something you may need to know. Homegirl was saying that she was very uncomfortable with what you were saying to her as far as the, as far as the video, as far as you talking about your rape, you being raped and stuff. She was like, she thought that was inappropriate to bring it up. She thought that it was really random to bring it up at that time. What was the purpose? What was the point? Why'd you do that? And Claudia's like, sorry for trying to be open to someone. I'm just so sorry for that. And I understand what Claudia was trying to do, icebreaker type of thing. But Jennifer isn't your friend. I really wish she didn't go and give Jennifer something like that, because Jennifer seems like the type to go and just be like, look, well, maybe that's why you act the way you act. And so there it is. So you are a hoe anyway. It's just like, really? Really? That's how we're going to play it? So Benzino is back at home with Althea, and Althea's like, look, when are we going to get married? You want to go and get a bigger house? No, get me a rock on my finger. Then we can talk about wedding plans. Then we can talk about a bigger house. This is real life. You don't let me talk. You don't let me talk. I always makes me feel a certain way when I kind of hear stuff like that. You don't let me. Althea was essentially just like, Benzino, you love me, but you take care of me, but when it comes to opinions, you prefer me to be prefer to just be pretty imposed, essentially. If it's not that, then it's just like, look, chick, I don't have time for you. I don't have time for this. Next subject, next subject. And I could definitely see that. I could definitely see that. So everyone's coming to, oh yeah, and the boy Benzino was changing his son's diaper and he peed on him, so that was funny. Now Claudia is meeting up with everyone for this. It's supposed to be a coming of the minds, but Jennifer comes in a little bit late, but that's, I don't think she was late. I think maybe everyone else was just super early. But New York was just like, I'm sick. So they call New York, and New York was just like, oh, yo, what's up? No, I feel good. I was like, wait, are you guys taping right now? They're like, oh, no, we're just coming together because we wanted to discuss some ideas for the show. Well, if you're going to discuss some ideas for the show, like, as soon as Claudia started to talk, click. Oh, did the call? No, we got Verizon. The call didn't drop. Yeah, so you're just like, all right, this is someone who we're supposed to be working with. So Claudia took the time to go and tell Jennifer, I know what you said about me. I know what you said about me, and I'm tired of you. I'm tired of you. How are you going to go and say that me talking about my situation about being raped, that it was uncomfortable for you? It was uncomfortable for you, and that it was inappropriate to bring up. It was inappropriate to bring up. I was just like, this was Laura, because Laura had no idea what was going on. Laura was just like, Smurf? Smurf? And so it was just like, oh, so you talked with Karama? He's like, yeah, I talked with Karama. Karama told me. And Karama was like, look, I told her such and such and such. And he did speak it verbatim, but it didn't matter because it was just still bad. And Laura's just like, yo, well, you know, maybe she didn't really mean, like, Laura, I know this is your basketball wives brethren, even though you weren't really close to her on the show. You're mature now, so you two are cool, and you two are kind of seen as the more classy people, but there is no excusing for how Jennifer behaved, because Jennifer was just over it. Jennifer really doesn't care about Claudia, so any reason to have something to say about Claudia that isn't so nice, I feel like Jennifer kind of likes it. And Claudia, Jennifer and Karamo were speaking to each other outside, and the issue was that Claudia asked Carlos to sit in on production and overhear them talking. And I'm just thinking to myself, okay, so how many times has this actually happened on other reality shows? Because you can't tell me that some of these people who we see and we're like, damn, why are they mad? Why are they mad? Well, maybe it's because they also sat in on production. Who knows? So afterwards, we have, like I said, Karamo and Jennifer are talking, and Jennifer just explains to herself, it's like, look, that was really uncomfortable to hear. I don't know the chick, so her to bring it up out the blue, like she wants some type of sympathy for her rape, like the sympathy card for her rape. It's just crazy. And so Claudia's just like, oh yeah, by the way, I overheard some of what you were saying. Good night, God bless, mwah, mwah, mwah. And they're just like, okay, bye-bye, love you, mean and mwah. And afterwards, Claudia started to reverse back. She's like, you know what? I might have to run this chick over. And my guy Karan was right there, so I can't do that. So let me get out of this car and speak to her in a calm manner. Here's how this is going to go. How dare you go and say, oh, well, it wasn't appropriate for me to talk about my race. Look, this is about us working together, being on a team. How dare you go and act like, you know what, screw you, screw what you've been through. At the end of the day, it's about me, it's about what I want, it's about my goals, it's about my dreams, it's about my aspirations. You're a non-factor. That's essentially how I'm taking it as. I don't care about what they were actually saying. And Jennifer was turning up. I'm like, Jennifer, what was this mouth when you were dealing with Evelyn? See, here's the thing. Jennifer knows that these women aren't going to swing. That is why she's able to turn up. She doesn't have an issue with turning up in front of people who know how to use their words. I actually would love to see Jennifer and Kenya go at it, because I feel like they're the types that you would just see a back and forth rebuttal for a good 5 to 10 minutes and don't have to worry about bringing in security. But that was pretty much it. Next week, it looks like it's going to be Turned Up 2.0. Again, I still feel a little bad for New York because I'm like, damn, she's really going through something. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Come back.